course, I'm tearing up. And I was thinking, I had a kick out of it though. I got a kick out of thinking about him because I laughed. And before I tell you the story, I just want to say that my dad and I, we were like this. My dad was my friend. He was my friend. Okay? So it was such a great loss. Now, let me say this. That man, my daddy used to give me the real on men, but I didn't want to listen because I'm a rebellious one. I am a rebel. I'm an Aquarius. You tell me to go right, I'm just gonna go left. So I wouldn't listen to my daddy. Now I've matured, I'm older, and I realized the things that he was telling me was facts, okay? Now, what's funny is, this is what I get a kick out of. If my daddy were alive, and I was over to his house, I go over to his house, and I say, Dad, I am done. I am not dating men anymore. I have decided to drop out of dating. I am done. How many more frogs do I need to kiss? Now, my dad, I can see him. He'll probably get a little tickle out of that. He wouldn't like, he'll laugh too loud, but he would get a kick out of it. He would have thought that was cute and funny, for sure. And he probably would say something like, I think that's a good idea, daughter. Probably would have walked in the kitchen or in the bedroom, then came back out. Okay, so tell your daddy about this. What made you jump to this conclusion? Who messing with my baby? Oh my gosh. And I think what made me a little sad is because I realized that I can't go. I have nobody to rant to. My dad was somebody I would rant to about different things, and he would listen. I mean, I'm an air sign. He's also an air sign. So if you know, you know. He was a Libra. I'm an Aquarius. And I mean, listen, I miss him. I miss him so much because, not just because I don't have anybody to rant to, but his expressions, his advice, his demeanor about the things that I would say would be so, it would be hilarious. Even though I didn't always like it, but it would be so hilarious later after I thought about it. But listen, I'm still moving in his energy in a lot of ways. I'm moving in my energy and also his, because he was putting me up on game that I did not listen to, and I am listening now. And the advice that men give to their daughters when it comes to marrying and being in committed relationships and basically encouraging them to be subservient, or that little girls are supposed to be this way or that way. My daddy didn't do me like that. He just let me be me. He literally, even, and I used to make him mad sometimes. He would just get himself together, walk out the room. He may, correct me, but he didn't do it in a demeaning way. He would correct me gently. He was always really gentle with me. And, but my daddy would say, Miko, don't get married. If you want to date him, but don't marry him. Now, did my dumb butt listen? No. You know why? Because I was caught up at those times in Christianity. And I'm like, Dad, but if I don't get married, I'm not going to be pleasing God. And oh my gosh, I was just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs at that time. I'm so glad I'm out of that confusion and delusion. Oh my gosh, but I did marry. I married twice. I didn't stay in those marriages for a long time. Well, the first one I did. I stayed in that one long enough. 5 years we were together. 7 years on paper, 5 years living together. And it was so chaotic. The second one, we lived together for 5.5 months. And I left his ass in Texas. Never looked back. And I never looked back. And what surprised me, and then occasionally he and I will talk, we'll keep in touch a little bit here and there, but I have never looked back. When I leave, I'm a leaver. I am a leaver. I do not stay in relationships that don't serve me. And the only reason that I stayed for 5 years is because I was in a church. And I was being constantly encouraged to pray, to fast, to pray for my husband, to stay in that relationship because I'm a more spiritually strong one and I can possibly really lead him to Christ, and he could possibly. So I felt like his life was in my hands, and I stayed, and I didn't want God. I didn't care about the church people, but I didn't want God to be disappointed with me. So that's who I believe God was at that time, and so I stayed. But had I listened to my daddy, I would have never ended up in that shit. But my dumb butt didn't listen, because he tried to tell me. He did try to tell me.